gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
This shooting last night made me sick to my stomach.
Sick to his stomach. Those are the words from San Antonio Police Chief William McManus reacting to a shooting not far from the heart of downtown San Antonio, Cesar Chavez and Alamo. An 80-year-old woman visiting from out of town shot while riding in an SUV downtown.
The chief revealing new details today about this deadly shootout. It took the life of a grandmother who was just passing through. The woman was in San Antonio attending a graduation at the Alamo Dome when she was caught in the crossfire of an argument between two groups.
Two groups, they say. Two groups. No description of the groups. I mean, this is crazy. You have an 80-year-old woman who was shot and killed. She was attending a graduation in downtown San Antonio. I mean, this is big time. This is front page news. But it's going nowhere. It's dead on arrival. Why is that? Who could the perpetrators be? I mean, were these illegals? We don't know. There are videos of arrests, and it looks like they are not supposed to be here, but who knows?
The Bexar County Medical Examiner's Office says the woman is Heidi Silkworth from Euless, Texas, outside of Dallas-Fort Worth. She was in the back seat of the SUV, simply traveling nearby on Cesar Chavez when one of the bullets pierced her vehicle. She was shot in the head. Chief McManus says investigators know the two groups of men who were shooting without any regard to anyone else who was around.
Silkworth taken to a hospital where she later died. A 19-year-old also taken to the hospital. Investigators say he was part of one of the groups that was shooting. At last check, he was listed in critical condition. The police chief says officers detained 9 people possibly involved. He says he believes police will be.
So here's footage of the arrest. Honestly, I can't really even tell. It looks like he might have some silky, smooth, you know, Latina-esque hair, Latinx, as they're throwing out there now. But no, I mean, this is one of the guys, obviously, and it looks like these groups could be rival gangs. And they're trying to say, oh, it's not organized crime. It's not organized crime. I like to call it, you know, just chaotic, disorderly, you know, ninja moment, except it looks like it's a burrito moment. But damn, I mean, it's getting rough out here, and you have a innocent 80-year-old woman caught in the crossfire. All these guys should go down for her murder, straight up. These burrito gremlins are on demon time.
Be able to identify those responsible for this murder.
Our detectives are working on this as we speak. I feel somewhat confident that we'll be able to close this case.
The chief also says safe officers are working to determine what additional police presence may be added in that area of downtown.
For what was supposed to be a day of celebration for a new graduate ended in tragedy.
Last night, an 80-year-old woman shot and killed by a stray bullet after attending a graduation at the Alamo Dome.
Woo! You know, at some point, we have to say enough is enough. There should be way more coverage on this story, but there isn't. And I wonder why. Could these suspects be a few of the 10 million illegal aliens that Joe Biden allowed over the border? I hope not. But I mean, who's to say that it isn't? with the video that we've seen now of the young man being arrested, I mean, what else do we have to go on when they're not giving us anything? It's blackout coverage on this story. Two local news stations pick it up, and this is downtown San Antonio where the Spurs play. I mean, this should be a headliner top, but it's not, because it's an 80-year-old white woman, and that's just not, hot off the press and stoking the flames as you would, right? It's just not doing it for them. The people who are, the the main news outlets. So it's absolutely ridiculous. This story isn't getting more headway, but in their defense, they were working pretty hard this weekend, because we know Memorial Day was a bloodbath.
And tonight, people are telling the night team's John Paul Barajas that they're worried about what the shooting means for their safety and businesses.
Think twice when you come downtown.
I do, just for the simple fact that, again, you just don't know what's going to happen.
And the worst possible thing did happen to a family Sunday night. An 80-year-old woman from the Dallas area was shot and killed by a stray bullet while she and her family were driving through downtown after a graduation at the Alamo Dome.
For stuff like that to happen, especially for people that are out of town that come to visit, I mean, it's sad.
A chief said the shooting was a result of a fight between two groups of men that started near Indianola and Chavez and then escalated west towards Hemisphere and Alamo. He says there were shell casings at both locations.
This shooting last night made me sick to my stomach. This was a random act by individuals who have no regard for anybody else's well-being.
According to Chief William McManus, San Antonio police detained 9 people. Also, a 19-year-old believed to be involved in the shooting was critically injured. Business owners worry that incident gives the downtown area a bad rap.
We need attention to it. We don't want to kill the tourism in here. The tourists get shot, get crossfired, or however that happened, is definitely going to put a little concern on everybody who's planning to come to San Antonio.
As for the chief, he says downtown is well patrolled and that safe officers in the area will get more backup if they ask for it.
There's a distinction between a hotspot and random acts that are occurring in a particular area. There's nothing organized about these offenses that happen.
John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's your boy Jenquavius Jackson, and y'all already know I'm demonetized and shadow banned in this bitch. So if you want to contribute, go to the Cash App, the PayPal, the GoFundMe, or join the Patreon. Also, don't forget to visit the merch store for all your favorite BGZM News 17 gear, including our exclusive Trump is a Blood t-shirt. Go fast before they sell out. They are already flying off the shelves, no cap. And remember, these super gremlins are on demon time. All right, guys, so here I've got the full press conference of the San Antonio police chief giving us a briefing on what happened. Obviously, this woman, innocent woman, lost her life to this senseless violence. There are videos of individuals being arrested, which I'll show you, but I don't know if he gets into suspect description or anything like that. Probably not, but let's listen, hear him out, and see if we can get more updates on this thing.
Murder that happened last night, a shooting that happened last night. I'm going to tell you everything that I know right now about that, and the investigation is barely starting. They've not even really been able to canvass the area for video and all that yet. So I don't have a lot of additional information to tell you. But this shooting last night made me sick to my stomach. A woman attending a graduation at the Alamo Dome was coming down Cesar Chavez and was the victim of a stray bullet. And the person she was riding with was also the victim of a stray bullet. There were two different scenes. There was one at Indianola and Cesar Chavez, and one further down this way at Hemisphere Boulevard and Cesar Chavez. So two separate places where the shooting took place. She unfortunately did not survive her wound. She was from out of town, in town for a graduation. This was a random act by two groups of young men carrying guns.
Two groups of young men, two groups. I mean, can we get anything more than that? What's their citizenship status, immigration status? What do they look like? I just, I can't understand why they won't give us more about the sickos who had no regard for human life. It's almost like they protect them. I know they're, busy working on a case, but you got to give the people something. I mean, I wish they would give us something, and they probably haven't had time to investigate. But you got people who are under arrest. Can you speak on that? Can you give us anything on that? Maybe the reporters will ask at the end.
Who decided to shoot it out with no regard to anyone else's safety in the area. We've seen this happen too many times. The last time over at Market Square. We have not officially identified the decedent or the other victim, so I do not want to give that information out right now. Our detectives are working on this as we speak. I feel somewhat confident that we'll be able to close this case. We detained a number of individuals last night, so we have identifications on folks. We have forensic evidence.
Okay. Identifications, forensic evidence. They've got something, but can we get a little more information on, I don't know, I mean, just to ease the community's feelings about this, because this is a crazy story that is not picking up much coverage. Maybe because it's just a random shooting and she wasn't an intended target and there's no real motive and all this kind of stuff. But to me, random old ladies getting shot in the street with, between two warring gangs participating in crash out culture is a pretty big deal to me. I just hate how this story is not getting any coverage. It's wild.
That may lead us to the perpetrator. But right now, that's all we have. This is not a hot spot. Again, this was a random act by individuals who have no regard for anybody else's well-being. I do want to express my condolences to the family of the victims. And that's all I have right now as far as additional information. The investigator just started around midnight last night, preliminary investigation, and once we get more information on that, we'll try to update you as it comes in.
All right, guys, so this is video from the scene of the crime. Looks like this is it's a rough story, rough scene. We got a lot of female cops out here. Okay. An innocent woman's life was taken on this same block. How are the people of San Antonio supposed to feel? Look, see, it looks like they have somebody in custody here. This is looking burrito-esque. So it's looking like we kind of know who's doing, or who did this shooting here. Obviously, we want names, we want faces, but you can put two and two together. Probably two Hispanic gangs warring it out. These young dudes, they're crashing out. So you got police talking to a couple people. Looks like this guy is being detained, maybe. Got somebody going in handcuffs. Yep. Definitely a burrito gremlin here. And we don't know if he's legal or illegal. Honestly, the lack of tattoos kind of make me believe that he's probably a citizen. But this is where we're at with it, guys. So hopefully justice gets served. We definitely need to do some follow-ups because these dudes are gonna, I mean, we don't know. Maybe they got a wokey prosecutor and judge in San Antonio. It's a big city, so I'm guessing that they do. Although this one has to be spoken for, I'm sure they're gonna hang somebody's head. But they might give others a deal if they talk or whatnot. It's just a very difficult situation. I'm sure it was difficult for the responding officers and the citizens and tourists and all types of people who were at the scene, maybe even caught in the crossfire. There was another victim who was shot. So I mean, it's absolutely wild. But this is where we're at with it. These burrito gremlins are demon time. And let's see if maybe they show any more suspects, any more people getting arrested. Doesn't look like it. Can't get a face, can't get a name. But this is what we're dealing with. 80-year-old woman getting shot downtown attending a graduation.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.